Well, on this long journey you've been on, did you ever imagine the kind of crowd you routinely draw, or having your books on display at airports?
Well, I actually started giving public talks on these issues much too late, in the early 1960s, early days of the Vietnam War. I started giving talks about the Vietnam War, and as you know, it was talks to
3 people.
Somebody's living room or a church with 3 or 4 people or something like that. And there was never, none of us who were involved ever could have guessed at the time that a couple of years later there would be a major anti-war movement. But there was. And the same has happened on other issues. And with all of the negative things that have happened over the past years, this neoliberal reaction since late Carter, primarily the Reagan years, there's also been plenty of progress. Audiences are very different than they were in the past. Concerns are different. Lots of issues that were fighting issues back in the 60s, you could barely discuss them, are now accepted and taken for granted. Women's rights, gay rights. There was no concern for environmental issues in the 60s. Now there's substantial concern. Over the years, there have been periods of extensive popular activism to try to terminate the nuclear weapons lunacy. The general atmosphere of the public has changed a lot, and audiences kind of reflect that. Well, all of this is positive. There's basically 2 trajectories. There's one trajectory, which the one just been describing, which is constructive, positive, offers hope. There's another trajectory, which I talked about, which is going in the opposite direction. And the question is, which one will prevail?